Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a gentleman here, Mr. Rahul sir. How are you doing? How's your day been so far?
Yeah, been doing pretty good.
Let's start with your introduction. Then my viewers want to know more about you. So yeah.
All right, so hello everyone. I'm Rahul. I'm pretty new to this Indian YouTube, Indian English learning community. Although I'm not a learner anymore, I'm a teacher. I live in Vietnam, and I love lots of things. As you can see, I love guitars. I like fire.
My name is Pratibha. I am from Jammu and Kashmir, India. Currently a college student. I'm pursuing bachelor's in chemistry. And about my hobbies, I love to talk with people and I play chess sometimes. Yeah. So, like,
Right, that's
my
nice.
first question to you would be that there are many countries, like, people, if I go to a random person and I ask him, which country would you like to go to for your further studies or maybe for job, the person would probably tell me USA, UK, Australia, or Germany. But you chose something different, Vietnam. So, how did you land there? What's the story? And why did you choose this particular country, Vietnam? Because it's something new to hear from me.
Okay, so so my life is a quite an interesting story. So, I started when I was in college. I was doing commerce, and I was doing BCom, and along with it, I was doing CA. So I was almost about to become a chartered accountant. I did not finish CA though, but I did land up a job as an accountant, and I felt that it was quite boring. And because oh yeah, so I was actually working outside India at that time. I had already visited. I was already working in Bahrain, which is near Qatar and Saudi Arabia. So I was there working as an accountant. And while being an accountant, I got so bored that I decided that I have to get out of here soon. And at that time, I was also learning languages. I was learning Arabic and Spanish. And apparently, there was an app called Hello Talk, which many of you might know. It's an app, it's a language exchange app. So, on that app, I met a lot of English learners. And I was actually just exchanging, my knowledge of English and everything. And they thought that I was good at teaching. So one of the girls over there, she said like, "Hey, you are so good at teaching. You should come to Vietnam. A lot of foreign teachers come here and they earn a lot of money, and you can live in Vietnam. It's very nice." So that was honestly the first time I ever thought of living in Southeast Asia or even Asia. So even like before, everyone used to think like I would go to Europe or something. But I thought like, okay, Southeast Asia, this sounds a bit interesting, something new. And this was pre-COVID. Okay, this was back in 2018, 2019. I was working there. And I did some homework. I checked Facebook. I checked some reviews about people teaching in Vietnam, and I heard like, oh, it's really interesting. So then I ended up doing a TEFL certificate, which is teaching English as a foreign language certificate. And I packed my bags and I just went straight to Vietnam. The reason why I chose Vietnam is first of all because of that girl, and it was pretty easy for me to go to Vietnam and live there. There were very few visa restrictions as opposed to Europe and America, where you have to have like an interview,
Yeah.
you need a job. So I came to Vietnam as a tourist. I stayed here for 1 year. Yes, I stayed in Vietnam 1 year as a volunteer because I had no experience teaching. So I came to Vietnam, I was volunteering as a teacher, but then COVID came and I was stuck in Vietnam. So that's how I actually thought, like, oh my God, I can't go out of the country. So now let me just start teaching over here. So that is how I ended up being stuck in Vietnam and became a teacher here.
Okay, so if, for example, there was no COVID, then would you have come back to India or like would you have stayed
No,
here?
no, no. No, no, no. Because because I did my TEFL certificate, so my initial plan was to go to Vietnam, come live here 6 months, and then go to Thailand 6 months, 3 months, go to Malaysia maybe 1 or 2 months. So my basic plan was traveling because at that time people were having these nomad trend was going on. So there was this another few travelers, because they were at that time travel vlogging was becoming really big.
Yeah.
I was very at the initial stage. I was amongst one of those also, so to do travel vlogging. So I was basically just travel vlogging, but then because of COVID, I had to stay, or else I wouldn't have stayed in Vietnam. I would have gone to Thailand or somewhere by then.
Okay, so do you regret that you didn't go to other countries or do you like thank God
No,
that
no,
you
no.
stayed
I
here?
think like uh it's like luck, because I did find really good friends. And at that time, I couldn't have thought of going to any other country. So I don't regret it, of course. But I do sometimes feel like had I been a travel vlogger, my life would have been different as opposed to how it is right now. But I think this is also good for me.
Okay. Well, that's such a like risky story, I would say. Like, for example, you have a job here in India. You left the job, you packed your bags, you went to Vietnam for just exploring. So there was such a risky move, I would say. Like, I won't do that if I was at your place, like risking my job for
Yes.
another one, which I don't even know what would be the environment and everything. So,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Because this was while I had a high paying job so I had actually even been promoted from becoming an accountant. I changed jobs and I became an auditor. I was doing audits for hospitals. So I had a pretty high paying job and I quit that. And it was very hard from going to become an auditor to becoming a teacher. And at that time, doing this was completely unimaginable. My parents were furious at that time.
obviously, any typical Indian parent would be.
Exactly.
Okay, so since you know about the teaching culture, the students and everywhere, why not let's compare the education system of India with the education system of Vietnam? Which do you think is good since you've studied from Indian education system and now you're in Vietnam teaching? So what are the major three, four differences that would you say are there?
So I think that it isn't so far so different because in India also we have state boards and then we have like CBSE, ICSE, international boards. So the same way also over here they have public schools and then they have private schools, they have international schools. It's much so much the same. And also over here they had the same subjects kind of thing. So I didn't find anything much so different, but even the number of students in class, okay, like 40, 45 students is the same because I teach in public schools. So it's very much the same as what I learned when I was in school. um Even the teaching style is the same because it's an Asian school. So we have this like reading from books, textbooks, not so much practical thing, which I don't like personally speaking, but it's very similar to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, it has to be similar actually. I think most of the Asian countries follow the same structure of teaching and everything,
Yes,
right?
exactly, exactly. Yes.
Okay, so since you became a teacher and your background was not like teaching and everything, how was the experience of teaching in your first year? Was it good, bad? Did you like it? What experience as
Oh,
a whole?
so I was actually lucky that I was volunteering because I was volunteering adults, okay, in an adult school, adult institution, language learning institution. So did not go straight to teaching kids. I went with teaching adults first, and then I went like my age group started decreasing. So I was pretty, and that actually did teach me patience. I mean, the first couple of years were like really tough on me. I had no experience teaching. I did love teaching, but teaching kids is a completely different ballpark. You need to have a lot of patience. So yeah, I think I haven't just grown as a teacher, as a human being, I have learned much many things.
Oh, that's great. And how many years has it been for you since you're teaching?
7, 7, 8 years, yes.
Yeah, that's a hell lot of experience, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, there's one thing similar in our background. We both have a guitar. So let's see what's the difference. Do you know how to play it?
Yeah, yeah. I have. I mean, it's not just for show. I started learning guitar when I was 10 years old.
Oh,
So yeah, so
well, you
this
can
is
be a guitar teacher as well, I think.
I think I can become because I have the skills of teaching and guitar. So yeah,
Yeah,
I can.
exactly. It's a good opportunity. Like you can teach guitar as well as English. But for me,
Yeah.
it's just a showpiece because I bought it like 2 months back. And I still don't know. Like I'm managing this YouTube channel now. My college recently started, so I don't know how to manage all these. But yeah, and obviously there are not no guitar classes here in my area. That's why I'm telling you to start because there would be students there in your area as well. Maybe they're not able to find teachers. So yeah, but I really need one, and unfortunately, in my area, I cannot find one. So that's pretty sad, I would say.
No, but you are fortunate that you have so many YouTube videos now. When I started, there was nothing. 10 years, which what is what? That is 2004.
Oh,
I
yeah,
started in
I
2004.
wasn't even born.
Yeah. So okay, this was back in 2004. I learned for 6 months, but then I quit. You know why? Because my fingers would hurt a bit and the guitar was too big for me at that time. And I had this big size guitar that my dad brought, and it's like, oh my god, I can't do it. It was very difficult for me. So I did not play for the next 4 years. It was completely just catching dust. And then one day my dad comes like, I bought this guitar for you, you should play. I'm like, okay, let me start playing. And the one good thing for me was that I had an uncle who loved rock music.
Oh,
So he showed me a lot of music, like Pink Floyd and stuff. So I genuinely I enjoyed the sound of the guitar. And then I do like, oh, I want to play this thing.
yeah, yeah, you actually need that interest. For me, it is like when I scroll my Instagram and then I get some videos where they're playing electric guitar. Now, I want to learn electric guitar, but I think I'll have to learn this one first since it's a basic one for that. So that's what inspires me, that like electric guitar. Like when I listen it, I get some kind of like motivation. No, I also want to do this. I want to learn this.
Yeah, yeah.
But again, it's a process and it needs guidance, I would say. Yeah. So
Yeah, it does need guidance. But the thing is that, when you're playing the guitar, uh, you will soon develop your own style of playing. So I know many guitar players who don't just usually play the way their teacher also plays. Some people will play with this, some people play with this. I know also people who play like this. So yeah, you can develop your own style and comfort as well. Yeah.
okay,